All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. It is Friday, June 25th, 2021. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to join me. My apologies for not doing a video yesterday. I went out to breakfast. Let's go ahead and talk market, shall we? Before we begin, bottom right-hand corner of the screen, click on that little logo, turn notifications, like our videos, and be a subscriber. Really do appreciate it as always. Dow futures are up 155 points, NASDAQ up 22, S&P up 7, Russell up 6, crude oil is up slightly, 73.39 a barrel. Gold is up 0.65% and so is silver up 1%. The dollar index is down 0.21%. The VIX is below 16, down a quarter point. Euro dollar is up 27 pips, 119.60. Dollar yen is down 36 pips at 110.53. Looking at Bitcoin, it is now at 33,000. We hit 35,000 yesterday. Okay, so a couple of things to go over. We do have a trade open on the Dow futures. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can show you here. You can see that we filled here 339.40. It is now 334.237. We're up nearly what? Oh man, I can't even do the math right now. What, 350 points now, which is not bad. So again, that's our futures channel. If you're into futures, give us a shout. G.A.R Capital, fx.com/pricing. Great job, team, on the Dow. All right, so looking at it here, a couple of things I'm looking at. Let's look at some pre-market movers. Space, FAA approved them for space for flights. They're up 20% pre-market, 48.50. We had calls this week, the 41s. Our team held a runner. I was out on vacation. I didn't get to fill that space. So there you go. I believe, no, I did fill it, but I got out for 40. So whatever. What are you going to do? I think I actually sold shares at 22, which was stupid. But that's what happens, man. Sometimes you make mistakes, and that's totally cool. But I have a couple of stocks that are running over 100%. I mean, I have Roku's up 250%. I'll be okay. I mean, don't beat yourself up when you miss opportunities. There's always more opportunities coming. So I like to show you guys even when I make mistakes because it does happen. So again, you're in a good team. You're in a good team there. Looking at some pre-market movers here. Nike's up 13.77% pre-market. Smashed the quarter. I've been telling you guys I love Nike. I actually went to the outlet I think last week or a couple of weeks ago. It was super packed. Funny enough, I actually asked the cashier there how was the business? How was business going? And he said it was busy every day. Super slammed. They were getting new shipments daily. Weekly. And yeah, and I told him I'm asking because I own Nike, and I said you should own Nike stock, man. Absolutely, if you live there. He's like, yeah, for sure. I don't know if he bought it, so if he did, congratulations. But again, 13.77% on Nike. It's one of my good holdings here. Let me see how many shares I have exactly. With my water. I had my share count here. My share count of Nike, I have 48 shares. Not amazing, but again, pretty nice. Nice gain. Now I'm up on the stock 20%. I bought on dips. I'm pretty happy about it. But yeah, so pretty good stuff. If you want to see here what's next, there's a trade I posted up too. Not a trade, but a setup. Take a look at Netflix here. There's a gap to fill. I told this to Premium Signals yesterday. A break of 521.25. It is now at 526. So I'm expecting another $20 run up on Netflix for this gap to fill on the daily 546.68. I have a little arrow there. I posted on Twitter and I posted on Instagram. So if you're looking at this trade, let's see how it opens in the morning. If it kind of stays around 525, I probably want to go ahead and take a look at the 560s for next week, possibly the 570s. Again, it could be out of the money. That's totally fine. But again, we want that $20 run up and probably catch a couple of points there. So I'm watching Netflix today. I'm watching Tesla as well. Tesla did break nicely. Taking a look at that 50-day moving average is now at 690.50. That 700 level is key. If that 700 level breaks, 760 is the next target. I'm watching that. The 750s yesterday had tons of volume. You could take a look at that. 722 is your 786 fib. But again, 700 needs to break. If that breaks, take a look at the 760s for calls on Tesla, possibly for next week. They may be a little expensive. That's usually the case with Tesla, but just keep an eye on it. Looking at Qs, again, nice little pullback here. Nothing crazy, just pretty much a sideways action. If it does tap that 50-day moving average, I'll probably buy some calls here. But for right now, it's pretty much sideways. Keep in mind, next week is a full week, but then the week after is the July 4th weekend, which falls on a Sunday. So Monday, the markets will be closed July 5th. So keep that in mind when you're buying contracts. So next week, you have a full week. You're fine. It's the end of the month. So expect a little rotation, expect a little bond buying, expect some rebalancing of portfolios for a lot of hedge fund managers. So I won't expect tons of volatility, but I'll expect a little bit of a pullback. So again, I'm not going too crazy with longs. Let's see what we get. The idea is just to be prudent. So let's just go from there. But I like that Netflix setup. I do like Tesla if it breaks above 700. Those are really the two that I'm watching. I did have Apple. I do have Apple, but it looks like it's going to run out of gas. It tapped that 50-day moving average. I do think it's going to break 134.70. Possibility probably roll those contracts to next week. But again, I do think that we're going to get that continuation to the upside. But again, I saw a lot of volume for July for the 135, for the 140s and 145. So someone probably is long there. So let's take a look at it. All right, so let's go ahead and answer some questions here. Space resistance pullback in the AM. Yeah, you're going to probably see a lot of profit taking. So be careful. Again, I've seen these run-ups in the morning. But again, if you have some calls, you'll be fine. Really, the next level of resistance is this slight gap of 41.48. I think we tapped it. No, we broke that. So we're 48.59. Really, your next level here is probably right around 52. 62.80 is your all-time highs. Just keep an eye on that. But again, after this kind of run-up, I'm pretty sure it'll be a little sideways action. Lulu, a sympathy for Nike. Lulu is a great company. I had shares and I sold it for profit. And you could see, looks like a nice V-shaped recovery here. It looks like 375 would be a nice level to break. But it is up $4 pre-market due to Nike sympathy, absolutely. Morning, Carlos, morning. Thoughts on DK&G? They're entering the Russell 3000 today. Yeah, GK&G I love. Again, I hate trading the stock. There's some stocks for some reason that just don't work for me when I trade them, but I own them. It's football and it's DraftKings. And for some reason, I just can't get it right. I've gotten rarely right on calls or puts. So I like DraftKings. I'm waiting for a break of 52.10. That'd be nice. You can see a target of 57.31, but I love it long term. Thoughts on Wish? Wish, the word is that it's going to be another gamma squeeze here. It is down pre-market. Looking at the daily here, again, if you're taking a look at possibly looking at calls, there is resistance right at 15.53. If it does break that, again, I'm not against riding calls if there's volume and the chart works. So let's keep an eye on that. Thoughts on Prog? I don't know what Prog is, but again, it is a penny stock, so I'd be extremely careful. We don't trade those. Good morning. Thoughts on JD? JD's been doing decent. BABA's been doing a little better. It is above the 50-day moving average on the daily. If you want to own it, that's completely fine. I think it's a great company to own. ZM levels to watch. It's a Zoom. Really, that level to watch is that 200-day moving average, which is right at 387.51. So 387.51 is your level. What would be a good entry for Netflix? That's a really good question. I don't own shares anymore, but again, we're going to be above. We're right around 526 on the ask. That'd be above that 521 level. So if we put it, we're still kind of the beginning stages of filling that gap. Let's kind of wait it out. Just be patient on it. Again, if it holds 524, 525, it should be a decent entry. Wait for volume. Kramer said S&P will fall next week. Your thought? Yeah, I'm expecting that too. I'm expecting S&P will take a little bit of a step back due to rebalancing of portfolios, some profit taking for hedge funds. So again, not trying to go too crazy, kind of keeping it kind of flat-ish on the call side. Again, I'm still bullish, very bullish for July, very bullish for August. But again, I'd expect a little bit of a pullback at the end of the month, which is Wednesday of next week. So I just be careful, be very prudent. Again, that's what kind of hesitates me with this Netflix trade. What do you think SPY and QQQ will be in the next week? Small pullback? Yeah, I think that we'll probably get to right around that 50-day moving average, possibly 42.40 on ES. If we get to Qs, again, if we get to around on the daily, that 50-day moving average around 335, I would say we'd probably get down to around 342. That sounds about right. If you get around 342, 340, that'd be a nice bounce back play. I'll probably play some futures on that and let it ride for July and August because I expect the market to continue up. So that's what I'm looking for. Looking for Baidu. Baidu, again, another Chinese company. BABA's been going up. You could see Baidu is still holding that That 50-day moving average, it is above pre-market now. So again, 229 is your next target if you're playing the daily. Maybe you probably do some long-term leaps on it, long-term options. But if we're looking at the hourly, again, we don't want to go too long here at the end of the day because I expect a little bit of a pullback. 202 would probably be a nice level to look at. Thoughts on XPEV? XPEV right now in the hourly is just holding on that cross of that 5200. It's actually a death cross right now. The 200-day moving average above the 50. So again, it looks like a little more bearish here on the hourly. But again, I don't own the stock, so we just got to wait and see. Okay, you're welcome. CCIV merger next month. CCIV, I haven't heard anything regarding a merger, but you can see a nice little bounce back here. It's up pretty much about 80 cents pre-market. Maybe a break of around 26, possibly something. But again, kind of hold back a little bit because I'm expecting a little turbulence next week. So just kind of take your time, guys. Good morning. Do we continue to rally into the holiday and cool down? No, I think next week we cool down a little bit. We'll pull back. So again, just be careful holding on to contracts for next week. There might be a little bit of a pullback if you're holding calls. If you're holding puts, again, I've been saying puts-wise, I do like JPM for puts. 153.73 was that break level. I think it'll probably reject 155.66 on the hourly. So we get a little pullback, maybe an opportunity on some banks for some arbitrage where you can actually short here while the market comes down. Maybe banks do lead the way. Again, I'm still expecting banks to pull back a little bit as rates go down. Thoughts on Workhorse? Workhorse 61.8 fib. I don't have the fibs levels there. I'm looking at the hourly. Not much going on. It's pretty much range bound. I wouldn't touch it, to be completely honest with you. So that's where we are this morning. But yeah, guys, so really I expect the end of the week to be strong. Go into the weekend on a high note, which is good. I expect Tesla to break 700 today. That'd be nice. But again, I am still bullish Tesla. I own shares. I own 60 shares of Tesla, so I'm happy with that. But for the most part, next week, start preparing because Monday through Wednesday, I'll expect a little bit of a pullback, and then we'll get back to it in July. Keep in mind, July 1 is on Thursday. July 2 is on Friday. I don't expect much happening. Then Monday the 5th is a holiday, so we have one less day of trading. But after that second week of July, I think we'll be back to a regular schedule of programming. Everything will bounce back, and I expect 4,400 on E-mini futures. 4,400 on E-mini futures is my expectation by August 31st. Big buff investor and the small fry gamer. I've never heard of that. Carl's holding some AMC. I don't have AMC. I'm sorry. Where do you see NEO going? I own NEO. Love the company. I want to own it long term. I'm still bullish on EV. Right now in the hourly, it's been pretty much just sideways. If it breaks 48.37, fine. But right now, I would not touch it. I would just leave it there. All right, guys. We'll go ahead and leave it there. Have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And we'll catch you guys on Monday for the next morning note. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much for your time.